So here we are. We are now, where are we? Taking a look at this. We're not taking a complete look at it. We're having a tiny look at it. I want to talk to you about the your work element of your life, because most people, and I know that I spent an incredibly long time in my life focused on this part of my life, are so focused on their work. And I know that I am a recovering workaholic who still occasionally slips back into her workaholic mode very easily. But I know so many people are I'm doing that consciously, if that makes sense. I know that the work I'm doing consciously. And I also know that the work I'm doing is my passion, is my purpose, is what I'm here for. And I have the odd day, let's keep it real, when I'm not, dancing on rainbows and skipping on unicorns. And there might be elements of my work day sometimes that I don't enjoy. But on the whole, I know that the work that I'm doing is what I'm here for. And I know it's me making my impact in the world. And oh my God, I didn't tell you this at the beginning of the call. For those of you who haven't, I've got something really exciting to share with you, which I am going to share with you before the end of this call. And it's actually pretty mind-blowing. So if you tune in, just please stay with me because you're not going to want to miss me sharing this. But the reason I say that is because so many people are getting up every day and going to work and doing something they hate, or doing something that really takes them out of flow and isn't them living their purpose. It isn't them living their passion. It isn't them making their impact in the world. And there is a really big difference between being making an impact, living your passion and purpose workaholic, and not living your passion and purpose and making your impact and being either a workaholic or even worse, hating getting up every day and going to work to do something that you just don't love. Now, the reason I talk about this is because we spend 30% of our life, our living, breathing, waking adult life at work. Why on earth would you want to spend 30% or more of your life out of flow? If you had a choice, would you rather get up every day and love what you're doing, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the people you're spending time with, and feel like you're actually doing the thing you're here for? Or would you rather get up every day and feel like you're dragging yourself out of bed to go and do something and work for someone, or doing something that is meaningless to you? It's a rhetorical question, really, isn't it? Everybody wants to be getting up out of bed and doing something that's meaningful to them. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be some kind of Mother Teresa or doing some kind of philanthropic thing in the world. For me, living your passion and purpose is about you fully expressing who you are and finding a way of making your difference to the people that you care about, doing something you love that means you are in your most creative, fullest, expanded version of you all day, every day, because that is what life is all about, ultimately. So the irony is that most people who are getting up, and if this is you, I get it, I've been there, I promise, and I'm saying all of this because I want to help you over to the other side. The irony is most people are stuck in a job that they're doing because they want the money, and they think that when they've got the money, then they will be able to leave the job that they don't like, but they don't earn enough money in the job that they don't like to get the money that they want to get out of the situation they're in that they don't want to be in anyway. Does that make sense? So the reason that just feels like a never-ending whirlwind of a trap is because The greatest amount of wealth will always come to you when you deliver the greatest amount of service to the world in the way that only you can. Dun, 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 plays dramatic music. That is really important. The greatest amount of wealth will come into your life when you deliver the greatest amount of service to the world in the way that only you can. Now, when I talk about wealth, I am not only talking about money, and this is a really important distinction to make. For me, wealth is about an abundance of different resources. It's about time, it's about money, it's about happiness, it's about freedom, it's about peace, it's about love, and then it's about cash and money in the bank. Everything, when people think about money, it's never really about the money. It's not really the money that they want. It's all of those things, excuse me. It's all of those things that they think the money is going to allow them to have. They want the money because they think the money is going to allow them to have the time, the peace, the freedom, the happiness, the love, the peace, the joy, the bloody, bloody, blah. And so we put all of this pressure on money. And again, another massive subject, which I will definitely be talking about. In fact, we've got a half a day dedicated to focusing on money, wealth, and abundance at the Ultimate Self-Help Live, ultimateselfhelplive.com, if you want to find out more. But we've got a whole half day dedicated solely to talking about money. There is a very, very big reason as a law of attraction transformational coach / mentor that I do not teach people about money up front. And it's huge because money is never about the money. In order to manifest the money, we actually need to have brought the other areas of our life into flow, because what you want the money for is not actually the thing that's going to make you happy. The thing that's going to make you happy is changing and shifting your energy in all of the other life areas so that you don't need the money in order to be happy. You can actually just be happy anyway. And then the irony is the money comes. Who knew? Who actually knew? So the reason I'm saying all of this is because I believe that we are all here to make our difference in some way. Like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to be some kind of Mother Teresa or doing something philanthropic, but we all have skills, we all have insights, we all have knowledge. We've all had experiences in our lives which only we've experienced, which means that we are the only people that can ever teach or share them in the way that we know them. And there are people in the world who need what you know. There are people in the world who need to hear about the life experiences you've had, or there are people in the world that need the knowledge that you have that to you feels like the most obvious, most mundane piece of information, but to other people is like groundbreaking. And the reason it feels mundane and obvious to you is because it's you in your flow state. It's you in your happiest place. It's obvious to you, but to other people, it's completely not. It might be that you're an amazing mechanic. You can look at a car, someone switches on the engine, they rev the engine, and you're like, do you know what? I know exactly what that is. That is the third washer on the back of the flibber-nibber-nator that's on the back of the car. I know exactly what that is. That's not to say that was a really bad example. What is a flibber-nibber-nator? Oh, you can tell I've got a 4-year-old, can't you? But you get my point. When you're in your flow state, in your zone of genius, it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're teaching, sharing, coaching, guiding, fixing different parts on a flibber-nibber-nator, whether you're a plumber, whether you're a school teacher, whether you're a whatever it is that you do, your zone of genius is your zone of genius because it's you in your flow state, being passionate and loving what you do. And it's obvious to you like that. To everybody else, it's completely oblivious. They have no idea what that is. I'm glad you think my flibber-nibber-nator is funny. So I want everybody to be living their life, living their passion, living their purpose, doing the thing that lights them up inside, because from that, the abundance, wealth, and then the money comes. But it comes in all forms: the time, the money, the freedom, the love, the peace, the happiness, the joy, and the cash. So money, abundance is a mindset. It is an energy. It is not about the money in your bank account. And the reason that most people don't experience abundance in their lives isn't because of the money that is or isn't in their bank. It's because of the way that they behave around abundance resources. It's the way that they treat time. It's the way that they think about love. It's the way that they talk about getting support. It's the way that they think about their freedom. It's the way that they treat love and peace and passion and, yes, cash. All of them are resources that are abundant to all of us. And the way that we treat one of them is the way that we treat all of them. And the way that we treat something is what is going to be reflected back to us. So if we say things like, I don't have enough time, we are also inadvertently saying, I don't have enough love, I don't have enough support, I don't have enough freedom, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough peace, I don't have enough joy, as well as I don't have enough time. If we treat money like it's to be hoarded, or it's to be kept, or to be stolen or taken or kept from everybody and everything, what else do you think is then going to happen in the rest of our lives? We're then going to start creating situations where time is taken from us, time is kept from us, love is kept from us, support is kept from us, freedom is kept from us, because we're putting out the energy of hoarding, keeping, taking, keeping it. It's mine, it's mine. Do you remember Gollum? For those of you who might have seen Lord of the Rings, you know, it's like, it's my precious. It's that kind of energy. If that's how you are around money, does that seem like a free-flowing energy that's moving into, through, and from and around your life? So the way that you treat all resources of abundance is reflected in the money that you have. It's the time that you have, the love, the peace, the freedom that you have, because all of them are connected to the source of abundance. And that's the thing that you need to tap into. It's the energy of abundance you need to receive. So again, huge subject, huge subject that we are actually only going to talk a little bit about tonight. But the way in which to shift your ability to receive abundance is to change the way that you treat all sources of abundance in your life. So here are some things that you might like to do, and you might want to write these down, okay? And these are things that I want you to start noticing. These are changes that you need to make, or we all need to make and remember, in the way that we treat things in our life, okay? And again, a tiny list from something that is actually really like this long. So how do we shift our energy from a place of lack to a place of abundance? How do we let go of that old paradigm, fear-based way of thinking, living, breathing, and being, and moving ourselves into a new paradigm way of being? How do we live our lives from that place of abundance? The new paradigm is all focused on abundance. It's about having more than enough. It's about having more than enough love, more than enough time, more than enough peace, more than enough freedom, more than enough money, more than enough of everything, because there are unlimited resources available to all. Now, I know that people will come up with but what about all of the people that are starving and don't have water in the world and all of those things? And I completely get all of those questions, and that is a completely different conversation, and definitely one to be had. However, for you right now, if you're even watching this, I know that you are not somebody who currently doesn't have a roof over their head, doesn't have hot food or running water in your life, if you're even here watching this video. So I'm talking to you about the way that you can start to shift and create these changes in your life right now for you. So how do we shift from this place of lack to this place of abundance? So first of all, let go of time frames. Let go of time frames. When we put a time frame on, I need to have 10 million pounds in my bank account and I need it by Friday, what we actually end up putting out there is more resistance in our lives, which then completely defeats the object of the thing that's coming to you, flowing to you when you're ready. Everything will come to you when you are energetically ready to receive it. When you are energetically open, ready, and expanded enough to receive it. So in order to receive more abundance, and remember when I'm talking about abundance, we're talking about all of those different resources, you have to be open and ready to receive. Now, the reason, I'm going to just explain to you really quickly why we do, if you've been watching the other videos from this evening, you'd have seen me talk about your energy and your aura. For those of you who haven't, I'm going to draw it for us quickly again. In order for us to receive things into our energy, first we have to do the work on releasing the resistance, because we're holding resistant thoughts, beliefs, patterns, emotions, things that we've recorded in our energy and our aura from before. So with the 5 steps of EAM, what we do, we release this resistance here with step 4. And that resistant energy leaves your energy or relieves your aura. Then with step 5, when we do the manifesting step, what this allows you to do, if you remember, which we just did a short while ago, this lady's just developed very, very, very long arms and very long legs. But the step 5 state with EAM, the step 5 pose, is to close your eyes with your hands in the air. Now, the reason that we do this is because it allows you to receive. This is the receptive receiving mode. It allows you to receive resources or sources of energy and abundance from outside of your aura, or at least further up in your aura. By stretching your hands up, their hands that I've just drawn on there, what you actually do is allow the energy to come into the energy resources that you're asking for to come into your energy more easily. So by doing this work, you are naturally expanding yourself and making yourself more receptive to anything and everything you're ready to receive. So all resources, all abundant resources can come to you by releasing the resistance first from your energy, and then step 5, you can call them all in. And the more that you keep doing that, the more you connect to peace, love, freedom, joy, expansion, money, cash, wealth, love, happiness, the more you call all of those into your energy, the more that your energy is going to raise your vibration, which means that you're going to expand your energy, which means that you become more receptive, which means that more of the resources of abundance you want to come into your life will come to you. So as you go on the journey with EAM, you'll start to notice more and more and more of that happening. So let go of time frames, allow yourself to open up to abundance, trust the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Mary, whoever it is that you speak to, angel, guide, spirit, whatever you call that energy that is something more than what we experience on our day-to-day life experience. It's all energy. It's all something that it's part of a universe that we just don't fully understand. But there is something greater than us that we interact with all of the time. I don't believe it's an all-knowing, ever-seeing presence that's controlling our life experience. It is a co-creative experience that we are influencing from the energy that we put out, but we are also at the same time part of it. And so, without wanting to take us into some weird sci-fi, going into the Matrix kind of conversation, just trust that by doing the work on yourself, by following the 5 steps of EAM, by allowing yourself to be in flow with life experience, you can choose to shift and change anything. You can change your energy and change your reality. And that's exactly what EAM is allowing you to do. Allow yourself time to sit still and allow in the things that you're asking for. Imagine if you're running around all the time and the universe has got this basket for you that it's trying to deliver to you, but you never park your butt long enough for anyone to give you the parcel, then it's really hard for things to be delivered to you. So as much as I am very much about being proactive and going out there and taking action, it's also just as important to sit still and allow things in. Obviously, you can use the 5 steps of EAM to release your resistance to wealth and abundance in your life. But also one of the biggest things that I know stands in the way is people have a need around money. Think about the energy of needing. Need. You know, when you've got one of those needy children who are like, I really need da 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 da. I really need that toy. I really need that thing. I really need whatever. Does that energy sound like it's coming from a place of expansive openness, or does it sound like it's coming from an old paradigm place of I don't have that thing I want over there, I want it now, and I'm putting out resistant energy about the fact that I don't have it? So if you ever notice yourself feeling needy, I need this money so I can, I need this energy so I can, I need this love so I can, I need support so I can. If you ever hear yourself saying those things, if you ever catch yourself saying those things, which we all do, and I will hold my hand up to this still, this is the work for you to do. When you notice this stuff coming up, that's the time for you to work on those beliefs. That's the time for you to work on releasing that need for that thing that you're talking about. And it's so easy to slip into this. I promise I am not judging anybody. I am just trying to guide you on a thing for you to look out on. As soon as you catch yourself being needy around any of those things, that's when it's time for you to use EAM. Check in with the beliefs that you have, check in with the thoughts that you have, release the resistance you have going on, and align yourself to having those resources that you need to have. Pay attention as well to your energy around money. Think about money as an energy, which it is. When a bill lands on your doorstep, do you go, oh, I've got this to do, this to do, this to sort out, this to sort out, this to sort out, all of these things? Or do you lovingly pay that bill and send with it the energy of thanks that you've had that thing, whatever it is that somebody's billed you for, whether it's time that someone's given you, support someone's given you, energy from your electricity company, whether it's food in your stomach, whatever it is. How are you acting around money? How do you behave when you receive money? In the same way, think about what happens with cash. How many people think about this? And this one blew my mind when we were having a big conversation about this on one of our group Q&A calls a few months ago. Think about what happens when you hand over actual cash, pound notes. Think about the energy that gets passed along with that money. How often do you actually hand that money over to somebody in the shop and you're sending it with love and peace and gratefulness? Now, because you're doing this kind of stuff, you might choose to think about life in that way and you might do it. But most people who are handling that money that's being passed around are handing it over with a, oh, God, that's the last money I've got, or, oh, I've got to spend more money on this, or there is some kind of negative energies or resistant energies being passed along with that cash that you're receiving. So now that you know this, when you get money in your hand, or when you are paying for something, even if you're just doing it on a chip and pin, paying for something at the shop, I want you to release any resistance you have around paying for what you're paying for. And most importantly, I want you to align yourself with paying for it from a place of love, and even thanking the person that has just sold it to you, whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself in that place of being thankful that you have the resources, that you're able to even pay for the things that you are paying for anyway. Even if it's the last £10 in your bank, which one is going to bring you more money? Being like, oh, it's the last £10 I've got, or oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for providing me with this food that I need for Christmas, or this present I have. So there are two things for you to do there that you can shift your energy around money. Change the way that you handle money. Change the way you hand over money, cash or paying by card. Change your energy around it as you're spending money. Enjoy spending money. Be grateful for the money that you spend because you've got it to spend in the first place. And that will allow more money to come to you. And let's all do the world a favor and clean up the energy of the money that is being handed around. So when you receive any money, when you've got cash in your purse or cash in your wallet, I want you to ask the sway, is there any resistance in this money? And it will probably give you a yes. And then you can do step 4. I'm ready to release this resistance that's held in this money, in this cash. I release it from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. I'm ready to release any resistance on this money that's in my bank account or this money in my hand, whatever money you're holding. I release it from my energy in all forms and all levels at all points in time. And then step 5, I am ready to allow this money to be sent around the world with love and peace and freedom and joy and abundance. I allow this into my energy for everybody it touches. I send this magic on into the world. Whatever words you want to use with step 5. I allow this into my energy in all forms and all levels at all points in time. Let's shift and change the energy around money. Let's make sure that the money energy we're circulating as it comes into contact with us is changed and transformed for us and for everybody else that comes into contact with as well. So we can do this. We can actually change the whole frequency of energy that gets passed around this country and around the world. So can you all promise me that you will do that as you come into contact with cash? So there are a million things that I would absolutely love to share with you. And I hope that you've enjoyed some of the things that we've been talking about on the call today. But one of the things I really want to share with you, which is actually it's genuinely a really big thing for me. And because we're talking about work and money and making our impact in the world, this is some other new news. For those of you who haven't seen, yes, last week we got my brand new book, The Ultimate Self-Help Book, up to number 1 on Amazon within like 24 hours of it going live. And I never in a million years did I imagine that would happen, but really happy that it did. And thank you so much to all of you who did make that happen. But also, on the same morning, I also had some other really amazing news that is something I never imagined when I started out on this journey would actually happen. I never thought it would. I never even knew that this was actually my thing, but I know that EAM is the work I'm here to do in the world. I know this is me living my purpose, and I know this is me making my impact. And on the same morning, I also got this, which is, are you ready? I need a drum roll for this. Are you ready? Are you ready? So for those of you who can see this, EAM is now a recognised healing modality and complementary therapy around the world, which is massive. So I'm a little bit blown away at the moment, but I'm also really bloody excited. So EAM is now a recognised complementary therapy in the UK, EU, Australia and the US, which means that we are ready to start taking it out in the world in a massive way. It's really huge and really exciting and really big news. It means lots of the things around creating my vision, about what we want to do in the world, can actually start happening now. So So yeah, that was my big news, and I'm really excited to be sharing it with you because that is the beginning of a culmination of 3.5, nearly 4 years of work. But it's been an epic journey to get to this point, but it's also the starting point for so many other things that are going to be coming for us as we take EAM out in the world as well. So thank you for letting me share that with you. So please do, please do share that. I will be sharing that good news as well later. But yes, I can see some people talking about a local event in Manchester. Just come and join us for the Ultimate Self-Help Live, because it's going to be completely different to the event in Manchester. Manchester event's going to be awesome, but this 3-day event, even if you can't get there in person, you can come and join us on the live stream as well. Anyway, sounds rude. I do not know what is going on the thread, you lot. I'm going to come back and read all of those comments a little bit later, but the reason I'm sharing that with you is because A, I am really excited, but B, it's also, I just wanted to share with you that by following your passion, even if right now you have no idea where you are, what you want to do, there's just a calling inside of you to be doing something more or something different, please follow it. I had this calling inside of me for so long to, I can't believe it, sorry. All I wanted was just to go back to doing my energy work. And I spent so long hiding from me, from what I really wanted to do, which was really sharing how easy it can be to shift and change your life. And I hid myself behind being an online marketer for about 4 or 5 years. And I didn't follow my passion. I didn't follow my heart. I was hiding all of these things that were going on inside. And I never really understood, or never sat there and thought, I know what I'm going to do is create an energy healing modality that I'm going to start taking and training people in around the world. I never did that. I didn't know what the next steps were going to be. All I had inside of me was this calling in my heart to do something more. Sorry. And now after 3.5 years, I've got a best-selling book and an internationally recognised complementary therapy. And I'm sharing that with you not to be like, oh, look at me. I'm sharing it with you because you have no freaking idea where your heart is going to take you. You have no idea where your dreams are going to take you. The only thing that is standing in the way of these things becoming a reality, whatever they are for you, even if you don't know what they are, is that you're not listening to what's going on inside here. And that's why I was going to say a swear word then, why I get so passionate about helping people change their lives and letting go of all of the shit. Sorry, I've sworn. Why I get so passionate about letting people let go of the stuff that stands in their way, because you've all got this inside of you, whatever your thing is. And I want to be there with you in 2019 to help you discover what it is, let it out, find your heart, listen to what's going on in here. And that's why I created EAM, and that's why I share everything I do in the way that I do, and why I want to take it out to the world to as many people as possible, because we've all got it. We've all got potential inside of us, and the only thing that stands in the way is the resistance that we hold. Everybody can make their difference, and I want to be there with you as your guide to make that happen in 2019 and way beyond. So if you would love me to be there with you as your guide, I would love to start 2019 with you as part of the Ultimate Self-Help Live. And the reason that we're doing this 3-day event is because I know so many people want to come on the 10-month journey with us, but whatever it is that's standing in the way for them right now is the very stuff that we need to do the work on. And that's why I want to do this 3-day intensive with you, where I am literally going to blow your mind with love. And I'm doing it intentionally because I want you to dream so much bigger. I want you to expand into something so much more. I want you to create the life you bloody deserve, and I want to be there with you to make it happen. So in January, you can join me for 3 days, the 18th, 19th and 20th of January. You can do it in person with us at London Heathrow and be in the room with me and our amazing, amazing team of EAM mentors. Some of them are on the call with us tonight and have been already answering all of your questions and stuff on the thread. They are phenomenal people and they've been on an 18-month journey with me to learn and understand this. They haven't just been on, a little 2-day event. I am a tyrant. I make everybody live and breathe and eat and sleep this stuff before they get the title of being an EAM mentor. But they're going to be there with you over the 3 days, whether you join us on live stream or whether you're joining us at the live event. You're going to be working in small groups and the mentors are going to be there to help you shift and change and transform whatever is standing in your way and holding you back. Now, before the 3 days, as I mentioned earlier, we've got the 2 days that begins on the 9th of January. We're kicking off with our first live training call, where I'm going to be really helping you make sure that you are able to sway. And over that time, we're going to look at how to make sure that you're swaying and how to ask the right questions with EAM, because I know they're two of the things that stop people really getting started with using it. And then we've got the 3-day live event. And then after the 3-day live event, you've got me for another 2 weeks after that as well, where I'm going to be there with you to help you implement all of the things that we've done over the 3 days into your reality. And I say reality because none of it's real anyway, but that's another big conversation. But into your day-to-day experience, so that you don't just drop off the end after the 3-day event, because we've all been to those things. We're like, I promise I'm going to change my life. And then we get home and it's all gone within like 48 hours. So I'm going to be there with you for 2 weeks after the event as well to help make sure that happens. Now, I know it's just coming up to Christmas. And I know that some of your pennies or money is probably invested in other things like socks and smellies and all of those lovely things. But I really would love to be there to help make sure that you can change your life in 2019. So if that sounds like it's something for you, then you can come and join us either via live stream if you can't make it to the event, or in person. And you can split the cost over 3 months as well. So if you want to find out more, come and visit www.ultimateselfhelplive.com, or if you're watching this on the video later on Facebook, then just type in here, yes, I want USHL, and I will send you the link for you to come and get registered. We are already, so we've already sold quite a lot of places, which is awesome. But I know that there are still spaces in the room for you to make it right now. And I would absolutely love to be there with you as your guide for 2019, because quite frankly, it is going to be epic. The energy of 2019 is going to be so different to what we've experienced in 2018. Next year is a number 3 year, which is all about growth and expansion. And I couldn't think of a better way for us to begin your year than to spend a whole month working together on getting you in flow and truly setting you up for an epic 2019 by shifting your energy, changing your plans and redirecting your life so that you can create your own big scary vision and follow your heart, because that is my biggest wish for you and everybody else. So I'm not going to run through all of the stuff that you're going to get. If you want to find out more, go over to that URL, www.ultimateselfhelplive.com. Everything you need to know is there. Otherwise, I'm going to be here with you for another hour telling you all about it. But we're going to be looking at the 10 key areas of your life. We're going to do the implementation things before the event, after the event. I'm going to be guiding you through your visualizations. I'm going to tell you the thing that I didn't tell you that was on here. But we're actually, most importantly, this is not an event where you're going to be listening to me just talk on and on and on and on and on for 3 days. This is all about actually doing the work. I am a very practical, kind of action-oriented, hands-on person, which is why we have our mentors there at the event working with you in groups of 8 to 10, so that you've got somebody there as your guide to make sure that you get the shifts and transformations you need. There are no other self-help events I know of out there that deliver that level of support at a 2 or 3 day live event. Most other events I know that I've ever been to, you're stacked in rows. There's nobody for you to talk to. You're just there to listen to the speaker for 2 or 3 days. And we do create a very, very different experience at our live events, because I want you to leave having created those shifts and transformations, not just knowing how to do it. So it's a very action-packed 3 days. We are doing the work. We're actually there with you, creating the shifts, doing EAM, and helping you work through whatever it is that's standing in your way so that you get to change your life. So if that sounds like it would be something awesome for you, whether you can make it to the live event or if you're joining us on the live stream, both will have the same experiences, because we've got the mentors with you to guide you on both sets of the journey. Then please go over, find us on www.ultimateselfhelplive.com, or if you're watching this on a video later, yes, I want USHL, and come and find out. But you need to get registered before the 8th of January, because our first training call starts on the 9th. So please make sure that you get yourself booked in. And I cannot bloody wait. Sorry, I can't wait for us to get started in 2019, really taking the time to implement this in every single area of your life. So thank you for spending 2 hours with me tonight. As you can tell, I do get a little bit animated about stuff, but there is so much more to share than I could possibly spend. Even in the 3 days, there's still so much more to share. But I really want to be there with you as we go on this journey. And I thank you for spending the time with me over these last 2 or 3 calls here inside the group, for being part of bringing EAM to where it is right now. Please, can you give your mentors on here a massive thank you, who've been here with you on the Q&A tonight as well, because they are awesome and I love them all. They've all been on this journey with me over the last 2 or 3 years to help get EAM to the point that we're at now, and there is no way that we would be where we are if it wasn't for them. So please, can you give them some thanks and some hearts on the video underneath? Hearts, 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 love, 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 because I love them all dearly. Have an incredible Christmas. You will be hearing from me over the Christmas period as well. This is officially my last Q&A. However, I know that I've got about 20 things that I want to share with you, so I might end up doing a spontaneous Q&A at some point next week, because I really have an issue with the way that most people set New Year's resolutions, and I want to show you how. Would that be helpful? Do you want me to do a little Q&A next week about setting New Year's resolutions the EAM way? Do you want me to do that? Tell me if you want me to. If enough of you say yes, I might do a little Q&A next week about setting New Year's resolutions the EAM way. Would that be useful? Hopefully you would love that. So if I've got time and if I can peel myself out of my pajamas and off the sofa, I might do a little Q&A for you next week on SMART goals, why they are not smart, and also how to set New Year's resolutions that are actually going to work for you, because I think most people have normally given up on them by like the 7th of January or something like that. Anyway, love you all dearly. I'm going to go and sit down now. Thank you for spending your time with me this evening. Have a wonderful Christmas. Enjoy every bloody moment of it. I will see you in 2019, and I really hope to see you at theultimateselfhelplive.com. Please go and get yourself registered now, because you can save some money if you get your butt in gear and go and take some action and get yourself booked. It would be awesome to see you there, and I really, really, really look forward to an incredible 2019 working with you. Right, for now, I'm off. Thank you. Love ya. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.